you have a transportation system and a smart workforce, you're going to be able to do smart jobs everywhere in Virginia. You know, transportation, education, that's what it boils down to. We've got to create the right atmosphere for job growth. You know, and that's why I proposed a plan to incentivize the creation of jobs through small business by offering a tax credit for every job created, so we can grow business in every corner of Virginia, because the reality is 95% of employers west of Richmond have fewer than 50 employees. They're not going to benefit from a tax credit plan that says you create 51 jobs, you're going to be rewarded. We've got to grow business at low end too. We've got to grow small jobs, because a culture of entrepreneurship, you create jobs. You know this as well as I do. You create jobs, you give a person the ability to feed their family for a week, you create business opportunities, you create wealth, you create generational change. And that's what we have to be about, creating a middle class. We have to grow business opportunities for people all over this state. You know, we've got so much ahead of us. You know, we've got to capture the next big thing, I think. You know, government can't do everything, but we can incentivize this new green economy. The next big thing, whether we like it or not, is going to be energy technology. And we are poised to be a leader in the development of alternative and renewable sources of energy right here in Virginia. We can be a leader. You know, you think about this, you know, growing up in Bath County, read the history of the American Revolution, you read the history of Virginia, you read the history of Virginians, and it makes you proud. When you read the history of the 21st century energy revolution, let that also be about Virginia. Let that also be about Virginians. It can happen here. And from a practical standpoint, it's got to happen somewhere. It may as well happen here, because wherever it happens, there's going to be enormous economic opportunity. Let it be here. Let it be here. Hold on. 66 days. This is not going to be an easy course, but it's going to be a course worth making, and I promise you, it's going to work out. We have to stick together. We have to work hard. We have to knock. I need you. I mean, I was, you know, expecting to find 10 or 15 people. You don't know how you lifted my heart this morning, because I'm going to need you all into this campaign. These next 66 days, I'm going to need you to help me make the phone calls. I mean, campaigning is terribly expensive, and I spend an inordinate amount of time raising money, because I've got to communicate the message, and checks are important too. And if you want to write a check, I'll gladly take it. But I need you to make the phone calls. I need you to knock on the doors. I need you to do what's necessary to drive out the vote, because historically, in gubernatorial election years, turnout's a little bit low. There are a lot of Democratic voters that think the work was finished last year. Well, I'm here to tell you the work never finishes. John F. Kennedy wrote in 1954 some words that ought to be on the heart of every single patriot. We the people are the boss. And we get the kind of political leadership, be it good or bad, that we demand and deserve. Think about that. We the people are the boss. And we get the kind of political leadership, be it good or bad, that we demand and deserve. If we don't demand it, we get what we deserve. That's why we have to demand the right things in government. We have to demand a government that looks just like our people. It's going to be tough, but we're going to win. You know, think about this. Just for one more story and I'll shut up. Back in 2005, I ran this race for Attorney General. I lost about 360 votes out of 2 million cast. Now, closest election in state history, and I don't care whether you lose by 1 vote or 1 million votes, you still lose, right? And so I lost. And it hurts. I put heart and soul into that, but step back from it objectively and look at it objectively if you can. I can't, I'll admit that. But from a fellow from Bath County who got outspent 2-1 to lose by 17 1/1000ths of a percentage point to a fellow who was raised in Fairfax County, who lived in Virginia Beach, 2 biggest places in the state, that might not be such a bad result. Think about this for a minute, okay? There was an analysis written about that election. It was published in the Norfolk paper in December of that year. Now, if you laugh at this, I won't be mad, okay? So, but I didn't laugh when I read it. And when the woman who wrote it, Margaret Eads, heard I was upset, she called me and said, I just thought it was funny. I didn't think it was funny, but if you that doesn't bother me. What she wrote in December of 2005 was that Bob McDonnell almost lost the election to a nobody from nowhere. Think about that. Think about the implication of that, because I would suggest to you that's what this election is about. If a state senator, even a state senator that grew up in a trailer in Bath County, who's on the ballot for a statewide office, is a nobody from nowhere, there's a whole lot of nobodies. There's a whole lot of nowhere. Well, my vision of Virginia, there are no nobodies. There are no nowheres. We all count the same. My vision of Virginia, we work every single day to create opportunity and prosperity and hope in every corner of this Commonwealth for every Virginian. And until we've got that accomplished, we don't rest. I promise you, I'm all into this campaign, and I'm going to be all in to being the next governor of the Commonwealth. We've got work to do. I need your help. 66 days, we can get it done. Thanks.